As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. I was born into freedom in a wonderful land of mountains and plains, rivers and lakes. Forever American is what I am. A past as rich as any can be. My father's worked hard to give this to me. I love this place I come from. To live another way I cannot foresee. As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. As an American, I've been to the peaks of majestic mountains where the air is sweet. I've watched the eagle as it soars in beautiful skies that just can't be ignored. And by this country I'll always stand, for freedom and liberty for every man. When times are hard and things get rough, America always stands ready and rough. As an American, I eat apple pie, play baseball under its blue skies. As an American, I travel this land and follow her roads wherever I can. From sea to shining sea, I've seen a lot, and none of it will be forgot. And when my country called, I gave my all as an American. And when my country called,
Welcome to Real News Live. How you guys doing tonight? Hi BK, hi Debbie Martin, hi Tia, hi Karen, hi Fonda. How you doing tonight? Hit that share button, please. Get us out there as far as possible. Nana will be in if she gets home in time, but she's not here tonight. She is away from the house. But God bless you all. And of course, we're going to start by talking about what's going on in the world. And first, we're going to talk about this unique story, and I've heard a lot about monitoring people's activities, but now New York City is going to be using drones to monitor outdoor backdoor parties over this holiday weekend, which is just ridiculous. It's something I've never heard of before, something that never should happen. Of course, over this Labor Day weekend, police are using these ridiculous drones to monitor crowds and people out of their back patios, their back porches, their private property. This is utterly disgusting. Police should never have the ability to monitor every citizen, and that's what they're trying to do at this point. We're in a quasi-government state. We're no longer free citizens. We need to be free as American citizens, and we know we're not free. We know we're not free by the actions taken by our government, the actions taken against political parties. Other people just get off on criminal activity would send other people to prison. It's ridiculous. But of course, these new rules to drone usage for permitting the takeoff and landing of unpiloted aircraft only for police is ridiculous in the first place, supposedly for early detection of problems. This is a big problem because going in and or violating somebody's civil rights is just ridiculous. Yeah, police drones are not supposed to be able to fly over private property. That was just a thing, But now they don't care about the Fifth Amendment, the Fourth Amendment. They don't care about anything. They don't care about your First and Second Amendment. Why would they care about anything else? Meanwhile, this joke of the DOJ, of course, loses big on its appeal trying to block Trump's deposition in their case against, of course, Peter Schultz and Lisa Page. The Justice Department appealed its ruling from a lower court back in July, where now the appeal court came to the same decision, that he can be deposed and they can sue the Bureau for wrongful termination and for invasion of privacy. I mean, this is crazy. This all stems back from the Russian 2018 Russian collusion case, supposedly, that Trump was colluding with Russia. We all know that wasn't true. But these are all people that were fired and their privacy was invaded after the political scandal blew up and everybody found out that there was no Russian Trump collusion. Of course, we still hear it on the media. We still hear the left-wing media stating that Trump never got charged with Russian collusion, which it never happened. The investigation led that out. They still report on a fake dossier that Hillary Clinton and the Democrats paid for. It's absolutely crazy. That's not it. I mean, even attorneys from around the country are now standing up and saying that all of the Georgia racketeering cases, the 19 co-defendants, will be found not guilty at trial, even in Fulton County, whether that's in state court or federal court, that they will all be vindicated. And it's not just me, or it's not just single defendants, and it's not just me saying this. I mean, this is multiple attorneys around the country, liberals and Democrats at this point. They're facing it from both sides at this point, saying that this is an unprecedented case to even call the proceedings a form of broad racketeering against the former president. It's very dangerous. I mean, it's basically comparing his charges to those in Soviet Russia. Show me the man and I'll show you the crime. Because that's what Russia does. Hate to say it. They're more fair, of course, with their political rivals than we are at this point. And it's very sad. Very, very, very sad. It's just crazy, of course, watching this all go down. Of course, Trump has a major victory today, or yesterday, scored a major victory from the Obama-appointed judge. Former President Trump scored a major legal victory when the judge sided with the Trump 2024 presidential campaign. And he swiftly dismissed the case challenging Trump's candidacy just a week after the lawsuit was filed. Yes, they did file a lawsuit trying to claim that Trump was not eligible to run for president. The problem is he is not indicted on insurrection or treason on any charge. They may call the case an insurrection case, but there's no insurrection charge. There's no, any of those charges don't exist in any of these cases at that point. And this is ridiculous to even hear it. Like I've been saying all along, even Democrats cannot say that this is honestly an insurrection because the judges can't say that. The charges don't pin that out. Obviously, all these cases brought from tax attorneys and others arguing that Trump's name should not be allowed to appear on the Florida presidential primary ballot next year because of the alleged role in January 6th, a Capitol riot. The judge, of course, told the plaintiffs on Friday that their case lacked standing to bring challenges under the Constitution's 14th Amendment. What a surprise! What I've been saying all along, judges are confirming, Democratic judges at that. Everybody was surprised, of course, except for the people that actually are in the know. 14th Amendment requires him to be charged with it and found guilty, not just frivolously put out there in the news and media that to make it look like that's what the actual garbage is. I mean, even the judge presiding over the federal elections interference case, none of those actually stand at that. The U.S. district judge, of course, that's doing that there's no election interference in that case. It's just ridiculous at this point. They're naming cases and then using the name of the case, trying to hoist him out of the running. And of course, when you have Democratic judges siding opposite of you, you have a big problem. Not a surprise. It's truly not. Judges have to uphold the Constitution, whether they like it or not. And they're thinking about what's going to happen next if they don't. Because let's be honest, there's not always going to be a Democrat in office. They have to face the facts in the long term. And COVID is back. Mask mandates, of course, are going to be handed down soon. Even the Bloomberg today posted about vaccines certainly help prevent infections, but mask and ventilation can help more, even protect even more. And we're not getting into the science behind this because it is ridiculous. We already know what they've told us about masks and what they've told us about the vaccines. And we've already seen what the vaccines do and the masks actually do. I mean, you're talking about particulates smaller than smoke, but yet these medical grade masks supposedly filter out this virus, but they can't filter out smoke. They're not efficient for smoke, which makes no sense to me and anybody with half a brain. I mean, let's say a smoke molecule is this big, a single molecule of smoke. You're talking about a virus the size of this Q-tip compared to that smoke molecule. That's the difference in size. The smoke molecule can go through the mask, but this virus can't. Come on, get out of here with that. It's a joke. That's not the only joke happening. As we're watching around the world, Taiwan, of course, government is racing to counter China. And of course, most people aren't worried about war yet. And fighting the People's Liberation Army, of course, has jets speed towards Taiwan day after day, even yesterday and today itself. The self-governing island is carrying on as normal right now, becoming desensitized to military threats from the mainland. And you know what? This desensitization, I think, is going to be the biggest key factor when China actually does make their final move. I mean, buying nearly $19 million of equipment from us, the United States, and of course, extending military conscription for men starting next year. And of course, when we see China move, I think it will be fast, swift, and uneventful. They will take the island of Taiwan within minutes, not days. North Korea, of course, staging nuclear attack drills on the forefront of all this. North Korea conducted a simulated tactical nuclear drill today, and of course, including 2 long-range cruise missiles. Everything unfolding in North Korea, not a surprise, especially because the United States decides to keep having drills with South Korea. South Korea and the U.S. continue military drills all around the country, or all around North Korea, trying to stir the flame, because that's what we do at this point. It is pointless. The hostility that threatens peace in the Korean Peninsula, I don't think is no longer just North Korea. I think statements even made by North Korea accusing Japan of rising tensions And the U.S., by developing long-range missiles and, of course, stationing multiple exercises, Japan and the United States agree on joining development and intercepting missiles to counter hypersonic warheads developed by China, Russia, and North Korea just last month. So how are they supposed to feel about this? It's important because all this is going to end up being the nail on the head of our coffin. I hate to say that, but the United States is so at odds with its own people. Our government no longer sees us as valued assets, but as eaters. People that take. But yet our government wouldn't exist without our tax dollars. And it's a joke at this point. Watching Russia, of course, Russia is supposedly losing this war on every front, as we hear in every newspaper around. But I have a question. Is Russia only fighting in Ukraine? Is that the only war they're actually fighting in right now? As Russian fighter jets have approached U.S. coalition aircraft in Syria over 7 times in August, within 1,000 feet. Yes, that's right. Russia is fighting on at least 2 fronts that we know of, for sure, and a full frontal battle, as the U.S., of course, is laying back and helping coalition aircraft in Syria. And it's a joke. We see the progress Russia's made in Ukraine, stating that they're not an able fighter is literally a joke. Russian fighting aircraft approaching U.S. F-35s. No problem outmaneuvering them. Pentagon's not even releasing this information yet or talking about it, but they need to. If Russian fighters have the ability to outmaneuver an F-35, our newest fighter jet on the market, we're in for serious trouble. Of course, the Pentagon only did say that, of course, about these several occasions that this did happen, that Russian jets' actions were unsafe and unprofessional. Russian fighters flew aggressive maneuvers, several of which were inside 1,000 feet. Unsafe maneuvers, of course. Increasing the risk of miscalculations and reflecting of the behavior we'd expect from a professional Air Force. Well, if these unsafe maneuvers happen multiple times, but yet they did not have any accidents, why are we losing F-35s flying with no interception at all? Literally over the U.S. F-35 crashes are happening randomly, and we're losing pilots to them. Nobody's talking about that either. But the Russian Su-35 obviously is a very fierce intercept to our F-35s. And we need to keep watching this because this is important. When this all unfolds, it's going to have an effect on us. Russia, of course, having major advantages in Ukraine, whether they want to say it or not. Russia thwarted the attack on Crimea's bridge today, shelling and striking. On the other side, of course, taking out key positions. Russian forces destroyed 3 Ukrainian naval drones used to attempt to attack the bridge, linking Russia and Moscow and the annexed Crimea Peninsula. Of course, the bridge did close temporarily for a 3rd time in less than a year. 1 naval drone was destroyed late Friday. 2 others were destroyed this morning, early morning. No immediate comment from Ukraine officials. They don't want to admit that they're having problems with their own drones because they know there's more problems coming. Now, they don't use popular pronouns because they're not allowed to use popular pronouns. Jews and jabs. No, nothing mixes with the jab. Let's be honest, and let's talk about something that I know I have not talked about, and I've been trying to avoid the topic about the jab or about the vaccine. And it's important to talk about this because as more vaccines are going to be rolling out soon, I'm not saying this is a fact of the matter that this came from the vaccine, but it's very consequential that this happened around the same time vaccines were introduced. If you guys don't know, Massive increases amounts of blood clots have been found on autopsies lately of a fibrous nature, non-protein marked clots. They don't know what the substance is yet and how it's being formed. Nobody wants to say it is or is not a side effect from something. But this all started increasing once vaccines started. Coincidence? Conspiracy theory? Who knows? At this point, we know blood clots, of course, are definitely a side effect from the vaccine. Maybe not highly prevalent, but when we see bodies showing up in the morgues and getting autopsies and showing these longer and highly contested blood clots that are fibrous in nature with non-protein marked structures, it's very questioning. I mean, you're seeing blood clots up to a foot long now. Up to a foot long. And I've talked about it a little bit before, but this is different than the blood clots we've seen before. Different than the blood clots we've seen before. Yeah, spike proteins can carry electricity. That is totally true, and that would cause a fibrous descent. Of course, when they become charged, they become magnetic, start sticking together, and cause clots. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to get into the conspiracy theory around it, but I'm just saying the honesty of a spike protein carrying electricity, becoming magnetic, and clotting, or sticking together and causing massive clots. Not saying the spike protein came from the vaccine, not saying it did not. I'm just stating the facts. And the coincidence that this all started happening right when vaccines were being rolled out, it is a sad but true events that unfolded. I'm not going to stay on for long tonight. Of course, you guys, God bless you guys, and thank you guys for being with us. But watching this all unfold, though, day by day, as of course America is descending into more chaos. Yeah. Unfortunately, it may not be a bad thing, but we do get censored for talking about certain things and the way we confront them and push them. That's why we want to be honest and give you guys the information and let you guys make your own decisions. Because this is terribly in front. Thanksgiving total right now, Linda, you're the only one that's been donating. So our Thanksgiving total, I have to go look. It does not show up on this phone anymore. Like I told you guys before. Oh, BK donated instead of Christine or Miss Baker. I didn't even see those two. Thank you guys. So it looks like $65 so far for Thanksgiving. 65 total is what we raised for Thanksgiving so far. Thank you, BK. I just seen that. I didn't even know it was there. And Tia, thank you. God bless you guys. God bless America. And thank you, Linda, again for that donation every night that you give us. That is amazing. But God bless you guys. Be safe out there. Be prepared because something's going to hit the fan soon. I know COVID cases around the country are supposedly on the rise. And yes, they are, unfortunately. But don't be too panicked yet. But for now, God bless you guys. God bless America. And good night.